Alright family, what we are going to see now is one of the biggest explosions in the Middle East. This is happening due to US Israeli strike on Iran, as Iran has retaliated. Now, this is not what the world is willing to see, but this is what United States of America and its alliances are bringing to life, and no international bodies are condemning them. Families, the United States of America strikes Iran in cooperation with Israel, what nobody expected. Donald Trump spoke about it and once, but nobody thought this could happen. So America, in collaboration with Israel, struck Iran effectively. They have bombarded all across the country in different provinces, creating destabilization. And what no one expected is Iran has retaliated just barely 2 hours of US-Israeli strike in Iran. Iran retaliated by hitting a few countries across the region, targeting the UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and many other places. Now, for we to understand this warfare well, let's dive deep and deeper into the full story. Well, family, first of all, let me ask you this question. Is Donald Trump supported by his people? Secondly, how do the Europeans felt about these situations? Currently, they are not happy. They have reacted by distancing themselves from the situation. They said they have no hands in these attacks.
The kingdom played no role in these strikes, but we have long been clear. The regime in Iran is utterly abhorrent. They have murdered thousands of their own people, brutally crushed dissent, and sought to destabilize the region.
They are not preparing to get involved in this fight, but in their own ways, they don't like the Iranian regime. Now, they have also condemned the Iranian regime for retaliating. Now, my people, what actually brought us here, or what happens first on the grounds? Let's look into it. As far as we know, Israel went through Iran, targeting missile defense system and destroying it across provinces in Iran. So after Israel strikes, US carrier followed through with Tomahawk missiles. This is what really happens on the ground. So after their strikes on Iran, the US president came out on TV and expressed himself by saying this.
States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated.
Now, his speech was actually an 8-minute long talk when he says they carried out an operation in Iran targeting what he calls a dangerous group of people and also striving for regime change. Now, Iran didn't just retaliate, but targeted American bases across the region. Now, these two groups of people, America and Israelis, didn't carry out the same attack in Iran. They did very specific things. Now, what did Israel do in Iran? Let's talk about that. They targeted the positions of Iran leaders because they have extensive knowledge of where they are or where they can be. You get it? So they targeted the areas with that belief, which involves the supreme leader's house where he lives, and also some of commanders or some of the military leaders of Iran. You get it? Now, what about the Americans? Let's also talk about that. Americans actually targeted Iran defense systems and military bases. That's what the Americans targeted. Now, the surprise thing is that after they did all that, Iran didn't wait too long before they retaliated. Not like the other time. You get it? This time around, barely 2 hours, Iran has struck many places across the Middle East. Iran hit Israel with barrage that was harming at central Israel. They also hit Bahrain at the US Center Command's Navy Fifth Fleet. That is what they did. So the fact here is that Iran is targeting US interests across the region. Iran is not necessarily bombarding these countries blindly. No, they are targeting US assets across the countries. You get it? Qatar was also hit. UAE hit. Kuwait hit. Jordan and Saudi Arabia has also been bombarded by Iran. So Iran is doing what they have promised they would do systematically if they were attacked on them. That's what they are doing. Now, what else is happening right now? The Strait of Hormuz has been blocked. Iran has officially blocked the Strait of Hormuz, and they have issued a radio warning that no ships are currently permitted to pass through these vital oil waterways. The Strait of Hormuz is very important waterway or place because the great majority of oil or petroleum of the world pass through this Strait of Hormuz. Yes. So what is going to happen now if that Strait of Hormuz is currently not working? The price of oil, petrol, and gas will go high. If you don't understand, it simply means that none of the petrol or whatever oil or gas will be coming if that strait is blocked. So everything, if oil and gas goes high, everything goes high because foods, clothes, machines, and many more needs oil or gas or petrol for transport, which means that the carrier that those things are going to be put in and transported need oil. And if they need oil and the prices goes high because there's no much more coming, then everything goes high. That's what it means. So because of all of this, Europeans has condemned solemnly Iran. What about Trump? What about Israel? They didn't condemn those people because those people are their allies. Let me put it that way. The Prime Minister of British, Keir Starmer, French President Emmanuel Macron, and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz focusing their criticism on Iran retaliation strike across the Middle East. That's what they are focusing on.
Iran has since launched indiscriminate strikes across the region. I know the British people and communities across our country will be deeply concerned about what this means for security and stability, and for the fate of innocent people across the region.
You see, they didn't condemn Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu for what they have done, but they have condemned what Iran has done. They have condemned Iran on the strongest terms by condemning missiles attacks on neighboring countries, including Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, calling it indiscriminate military strikes. Now, what did the Europeans want Iran to do when they are being attacked by people they have not even provoked? How do you feel or react when you are being attacked? That's the question. Now, in Iran, they have also accused Israel and USA of targeting schools, and they have shown footages of schools being destroyed by Americans and Israeli strike, which they have claimed killed 41 children. Now, what are they actually fighting for? Let's look at that. Let me say, basically, Iran has been developing nuclear weapons or enriching uranium to 60%. And basically, you need about 91% enrichment to reach weapons grade uranium. And Israel and America do not want Iran to have any of sorts of nuclear capacity or weapons. But it does not even end there. Iran also have ballistic missile capability. They have developed over the years. America and Israel do not want Iran to have that. Why? Because the last time attacked on Iran by Israel and America, Iran was able to respond using ballistic missile. They actually hit Israel many times for attacking them with their ballistic missiles. And this time around, America and Israel feels like, oh, this is not going to be about just nuclear weapons anymore. They don't want Iran to what? Have ballistic missiles at all. They say they are going to make sure they don't have it, because as time goes on, they are developing and getting the knowledge and the capability to be able to strike into continentally, basically hitting America on the other side of the world. So they want to put an end to that. They want to prevent that. That's what they want. Yes. Donald Trump has also said this is a preemptive strike. So it simply means hitting them before Iran does, hitting Iran before they does. Yes, in other terms, we are going to hit them before they even thought of doing anything to our country. Even though we are the ones stopping them from having ballistic missiles, we are going to bomb them first as preemptive measures. Let me put it that way. Some people in other ways will call it provocation, but Trump calls it preemptive measures. He also said that the United States of America should be ready for casualties, despite they have made thorough researches to protect the soldiers or military of America. But however, this is war, so he means anything at all can even happen while on the battlefield. So they should be prepared for whatever comes next. Yes. Now, why do European countries has distanced themselves from the strike? Why they don't want to get involved? Why they say they are not involved in the strike against Iran? But why are they condemning Iran's retaliatory strikes across the Middle East? That is a question to you guys. question to you guys. Now, was this a skill signal to Iran? Because we know that Iran is capable of hitting Europe right now with their ballistic missile. So were they saying that to protect themselves from what is happening across the Middle East? Or is there a deceptive against Iran? Let me put it that way. Now, the UK, even though they have distanced themselves from these strikes of Israel and USA, they have sent fighter jets across the air in the Middle East with the goal of stopping and destroying Iranian ballistic missiles and drones. That is it. Now, let me speak the facts here, or let's see the facts here. You can only say you are not involved or you are not part of what is happening only if your hands are not in it or you are not involving yourself. That's the only thing you can say. You can say you are not participating. If you are not destroying anything or stopping Iran's attack, that's it. But if you are there to stop Iran's attack or do anything, then you are part of the situations. Yes. Now, the UK says they are protecting allies. They are making sure that their partners in the region are not touched by Iranian's attack. But the Israel and American attack has nothing to do with them. That is what they are saying. Now, what is going to be the fate of all the countries that are involved in what is happening now? What is going to happen next? Now, Israel and Iran does not share a border. Let's get that right. There is an entire country between them. So missiles coming from Iran to Israel actually or almost takes 12 minutes to reach their destination. Now, the first time Iran hit Israel was very devastating and drastic for them. But this time around, Israel is absolutely prepared. Why? Because they have American carriers stationed at the sea to intercept missiles and drones coming from Iran. Yeah, that's what is happening. So most of the missiles coming from Iran to Israel are going to be intercepted. Some are going to definitely hit. Yes. Now, my people, do you think this is going to end, or Israel and Donald Trump will succeed in changing the Iranian regime or shutting down their nuclear capability or nuclear program and missiles? I don't think so. Maybe they can. What about you? Do you think they are going to fail? And also, do you think the people of Iran can be able to take control of the government or the seats of the government? Do you think they have that vim, that capability to do that? Do you think they can be able to stop the Iranian regime? That's the question. Because in Americans' own words and Israelis' own words, they said the people of Iran should go and take up the seat of the government, to go and take up the government positions, because they are going to what? Take control of everything. They are going to end everything. Guys, what do you feel about this? Whatever you feel about this, just let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching this channel. Peace and love. See you in my next video.